we're making 4 infection mod fight in a Bedwars map. And this is gonna be a weird one, so let me explain the rules before we add any infection. This is where an infection will be. There's gonna be Flesh.Hate, Fungal Infection Spore, the Sculk Horde mod, and Dawn of the Flood, and they will have to protect a block that they cannot infect. Each of them will have a spawner to feed them, at least. Their center of infection will be placed here. As long as their block is alive, there, I will, for example, respawn the incubator for the Flesh.Hates. Mobs that spawn generally everywhere, like Spore, won't spawn on the map. They can only spawn on their biome, which is this one. It's not the same color of grass, as you can see right now, as well as the other infections. So they should only spawn on their turf unless they start infecting outside of their turf. Let's go place these infections and start the Bedwars. All right, we're back with the infections. Let's quickly put some of those here, starting with Spore. Let's put some mounds here, like that. I hope you spawn in the void. Please tell me you spawn in the void. I don't want you to spawn somewhere where I should... Ah, there it is. It's fine. Now, the Skulk's block is a bit special. We're gonna use the Infection Ward block for them, as they can't infect this. And what we have to do is, first of all, place a Skulk Brain node right here. Sorry, cows. And we have to quickly put this, remove this. Here we go. Hordes have been awakened. Phantoms are dying. I am not letting the phantom spread. This is gonna be unfair. So for now, they are stuck like this. I need to remember to put the... Okay, the Ice Spike is only for the Proto Gravemind. This is going to destroy the rock. Not sure how it's gonna go if I do poof. Oh, yep, that's what I thought. That's fine. And then, finally, we can quickly go place this guy right here. Like I said, if he dies, I can replace him as long as their block is still intact. Remember, these are just infection mods. These are not players. It's gonna behave as it's gonna behave. I don't know how. We'll see. Well, Skulk, of course, is very fast. And we're gonna give Dawn of the Flood some points in advance, because they will be the slowest here. We're gonna put the Gravemind Intel at 500 and start them at wave 2. Okay, everyone is placed. I can now activate mob spawning. Alright, mob spawning is set to true, which means, yeah, there we go. Skulk, Screeper. Okay, they were not supposed to spawn. How are you spawning here? Alright, they shouldn't spawn anymore. Let's just get rid of them. Okay, this guy's infecting. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, and they should not be able to infect their light blue glazed terracotta. Their infection going, it's gonna be slow for the Skulk for once, but I know they have a way to infect long distance. What's gonna happen if one of them lose their block? What I'm gonna do is remove their ability to respawn, whatever the method I'm gonna find. For example, for Spore, I'm gonna prevent them from spawning in their own platform here, so change the biome. For the Skulk, I will remove every single spawner and their node, and for the Flash, I will remove every flesh boil and kill the incubator. Same for the Flood. We're gonna kill this guy if they lose their bed. I mean, their block. So let's give them some time and we'll be back once everything is a bit more advanced than what it is right now. So now every infection has started to infect on their own side. We can see the Flesh and the Skulk growing fast on their own island, but not leaving it for now, as well as Dawn of the Flood. And since it took a while before something else happened, if you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate if you do. We are almost at 100,000 subscribers. This is wild to me. Oh, here we go. The Proto Gravemind just popped into phase 2. It destroyed a bunch of blocks. And now it's just... It caught on fire. I had to extinguish that. Spore is growing very fast, but all the other ones are like not moving. I started placing some bridge for them to close the gap, placing some wool just like we do in Bedwars. I've actually never played Bedwars, so I'm only going from Technoblade's video. Rest in peace, legend. And Flesh has started to move to the other island. But here we go, there's a Proto Hive Mind right now. So the Spore now has a solid foundation to infect and spread a bit more. And then it started snowing, so I stopped the time-lapse. Alright, it's been a while. The Flesh is now on the mainland. The Gravemind is not yet, but it should be soon. And mobs are likely to jump over the gap that I made. But I think to avoid more of this, it's time we connect all of the islands to the mainland. And the Spore now has its bubble. This will protect their block, which is here. It's not destroyed yet, but it won't really matter against most infections since they can just go through this protective barrier. This will just protect them against mobs and not infection. The Skulk has its small infection patch here, but that's it. They haven't made more progress. They're here. And let's check the mass. Okay, 1,000. So it didn't really move for the sculk. The flesh is in the enlightenment phase at 3,000 points. Dawn of the Flood is at 841,000. That doesn't tell me anything. Let's check the wave. We're at wave 3 again. And we can't check the spore? It doesn't really matter. There's a proto-hive mind. That's all it counts. I don't even think it's worth it to connect these two here, because they already have pretty much all this island to themselves. But it's progressing fast. Oh, we've got a griefer here, trying to do something. Okay, it updated. Oh my god, okay, well, there was, I guess, some bug or something. I had to quit the world for the replay. And now the proto is infecting... Yeah, by the way, it's phase 2, of course, but... Okay, it's infecting up to here, which is not bad. There's the bridge here that is destroyed, and they have access to this side of the island. Okay, now Spore is making its move. It is, yeah, actually trying to reach over here. There's no ground to get there, so yeah. Fortunately, their AI is not smart enough to go all the way around and go up here and up there. It's normal, that's Minecraft. Minecraft's AI is always something special when it comes to pathfinding. They're actually destroying the leads. Okay, yeah, Flesh That Hates is now making a move. You're going on the other side. And look at that. The Spore took possession of one of the spawners. This is how they're gonna progress on this island. Also, the sculk somehow did this from the node, which is unusual since it normally does it at the level of the node, but right here the proto-hive mind shows one of the safest spots I've seen. What is this? He's like on the tree behind the base, covered in biomass. It's so different from what this guy is doing. Normally this guy, the proto-grave mine, spawn underground and not above ground, so he's usually a bit more protected. But considering they're pretty far away, they should not get attacked immediately. Okay, on this side, the Flesh That Hate is actually dominating. It's multiplying and is using the zombie here to keep spreading. They're coming. Okay, well, this guy woke up. Oh, okay, well, we've got a flying unit, and it's a bomber form. This could probably destroy the block. I don't know where it's going, what it's doing. Well, nothing for the moment. Okay, there's also a tank form. Wow. Well, yeah, these things can destroy blocks. This can be a bad sign for the Flesh That Hates since they are so close. It depends where this thing is going. If it just dies too, yeah, that's one thing it can do. They're coming. Nah, they're going away. One thing for sure, the sculk is moving more and more in ground, and the Flesh That Hates, well, as usual, is kind of stuck. It's not infecting fast enough. Alright, it's been a while, and the Gravemind is going slowly towards the Proto-Hive Mind. The range of infection has stopped here, and it's growing slowly. Meanwhile, apart from this ball, nothing else is really happening. Well, the flesh is kind of dominating the middle island, so Spore doesn't have the ability to, like, develop? Yeah, there's Spore everywhere. Oh, there is also flesh in the sculk. Okay, so Sculk has deleted all the flesh mob that was here and is now moving in forward inside. Yeah, they are slowly making it towards the other infections. Okay, there's also a vigil here. The Proto is making some moves. One thing I noticed with Dawn of the Flood is they have a hard time staying on the path, and they will most likely than not just jump down and fall in the void. Well, that was not their fault. That's the zombies, but most of the time when they try to traverse, they just yeet themselves off in the void. Some of them have better pathfinding. They seem too eager to murder. Why is there... Wait. What? What is going on? Why is there lightning on this creeper? Who's making lightning? No, okay. Sculk has reached 5,000 mass. This is going to be a big step up for them. There's not going to be any Phantom, because they're going to be auto-deleted, but they're going to have access to some new mobs to fight the flesh that is completely overpresent here. Unfortunately for the flesh, it seems to have stopped. I'll wait a bit, and what we'll do is add another incubator on the first island here. So, well, okay, biotransformation. They are still gaining points, that's for sure. And why are you on fire? Oh, they are progressing so much more. Look at that, they are here on this island. Dawn of the Flood seems like a ticking bomb of infection, slowly moving just like the Flesh That Hates. They have a similar, like, radius infection pattern. And the only thing that makes them grow is the amount of kill they do, which is kind of a lot if they don't just yeet themselves off the in the void. Protosphere's almost done, but they are not progressing. It's been a few, like, minutes now, an hour or two, and the spore is stuck in its bubble. It won't be able to destroy or infect the others if they just play defensively. They need to go in the offensive, and they have what it takes. Okay, I'm just checking. Their block is fine. They could technically destroy their own blocks, and that would still count. If they're too dumb to not protect their own block and destroy it, well, they're out of the game. Oh, here we go. Sculk Ravager. Alright, Flesh That Hate is not progressing. Okay, this guy can abduct. We can put another incubator right here on the first island. It won't show the progression yet, but once you reach here, we'll see it progress. Because at this rate, they will never reach anything else. Sculk is now at the middle island. It is progressing slowly, but it's going there. Oh, okay, here we go. The flesh is now making its move over here. It is infecting this island, and this one too. Alright, I decided to wait another long time and let it infect because nothing else was really happening. As you can see, the sculk is slowly going towards the middle. It's hard to see, and the Proto Gravemind is actually the one doing the most progress here. Spore is stuck in its bubble, doing nothing, and I had to move the Flesh That Hate by myself and add more infection to other islands. I added 3 in this time lapse. And right now there is a massive fight between the sculk and the Gravemind. The flood is actually like back and forthing in the middle. We can't really see it from this distance, but they were just going in at it, infecting and reinfecting back. The Gravemind is actually really great for infecting the sculk, but I had to stop the time-lapse abruptly cause something happened. Oh, wait, how? I think they destroyed it by themselves? There's fire. It's over for them. The flood is out. After all this, they were like right next to the spore. They converted this flesh island here and they were moving towards the flesh. They were about in maybe in an hour to convert that one too. And it was a very tight battle of infection between the sculk and Dawn of the Flood. Like this part here, as you saw in the time lapse, is constantly going back and forth. But I gotta finish this. It's over for Dawn of the Flood. They are out of the game. Let's remove them entirely. Alright, so their points have been cleared. Everything remaining will stay, and they can still probably spawn on their island. This should not change anything, since they're pretty much back to 0. So this is going to make the sculk breed a little bit more. Well, they're still under attack constantly by the flesh, and I'm still moving these guys. Once they like fully evolve here, I am moving and placing another embryo on the next island so they can still progress towards their goal of infecting. I hate that so much. And they can maybe reach at some point the sculk or the spore. The spore are very far from them, so it's gonna be hard for the flesh to win, but if they can, well, try to do something. What's the mass of the sculk? Okay, 20,000. They've reached the mature state. There is a Shinkily here. It is crashed. So let's get rid of it. But Spore is not doing a lot of moves lately. They've been pretty static in their bubble. Pretty safe though. Let's go take a look inside. We haven't checked. Their block is still here, intact, covered in fungus, but still there. And the Proto is still at the same place, not threatened. No calamity mob, nothing. It's just there, floating in the middle of its bubble. So this whole fiasco with Dawn of the Flood will give the sculk a lot more ground to infect, because they were getting eaten by the flood. Oh, I suppose I can place one here, and this one here is still infecting, well, getting beaten by a zombie, but it is still infecting towards the sculk. Wait, hold on. Wait, how? There's no phantom, so they couldn't just infect here. Why are they so infected suddenly? I was not looking here. They reached the main island. Well, the flesh's main island, I mean. Oh my god, it feels like almost targeted. They are going towards their block. If they lose this, the flesh is out. Yeah, mobs are spawning here. I think in the tree there is a sculk spawner or something. They keep spawning around this incubator. I can't find it. Is it in the tree? It is! It's here! They hid the summoner in the tree. Okay, one of the incubator just became... Yeah, here we go. a biogenesis phase here. I'm gonna wait for them to infect a bit more over here. This island needs to be completely fleshed before I place another embryo. Well, right now it doesn't look good for the flesh. Spore needs to lock in because the sculk is coming closer to them. And the spore is still... Okay, they are moving here. There's a new mound. They're not making a lot of moves here. Wait, there's sculk over there. Hold on. They're out! Oh my god, wait. What? Let's get rid of the incubators. They're out. It's over. And I'm gonna reset their points. They're back to 0. You have a lot of terrain, so they can still probably do something, but they are out. Oh, that was fast. I just killed one and there's one respawning. I need to make sure that they can't respawn. This is the first one to actually get killed the proper way and not by themselves, like the flood did. Like, there's so many spore mobs. They're spawning only on the bubble of the proto. They're barely moving out. Proto's here. There's some new mobs. There's Vigil here doing, well, nothing inside. It is so weird right now. They're not behaving normally. Okay, Spore has finally decided to move out and attack some mobs. I don't know what it takes, but it finally did something. There's a lot of Spore in the air. There's Umarmers attacking. Yeah, here we go. Finally. And there is also infection here. Wait, hold on. How far does it go? Not yet inside. Okay, oh, all the zombies here are stuck inside. The sculk is so close right now. Are they gonna hide in a tree again? There's some sculk stuff. Oh, but the spore things are preventing them from probably placing a summoner. I don't know. They're converting the tree right now. Well, the tree. What's supposed to be a tree? I feel like Sculk has been stuck in the middle for a while now. They have a hard time moving. And the fact that the spore took its time to like be aggressive made it possible for them to be in second place, because the aggressivity of the flesh is what draw the sculk to their base, and completely covering it in sculk. Let's make sure, here we go. Okay, this is still here. Some mob can destroy that, just like the other blocks. Spore has some mobs that it can destroy blocks, and this is something that could just be destroyed instead of infected. Oh, there's a gas jibber here. Yeah, okay, here we go. Finally, we have something. Oh, and we have these sculk stingers. I haven't seen one in this whole video. Where were they? Lightning again. Oh, I guess they got an outpost watcher, and this is why they are now moving. They can see from further away. I think. I'm not sure how it's working. Oh my god, these two creepers just decided to jump down. But they're spawning here now. They're making a move. They're not strong enough though. The sculk mob, their problem is they are not strong physically. They're spammy as heck. Did they hide it? Wait, did they really hide a summoner? I see them spawning again. Where's the summoner? I can't see it. Wow, the creeper doesn't even have time to explode. Oh, it's because they're burrowed. Oh, wait, that creeper will probably do something. Never mind. They're so slow. With all this going on, I'm surprised the Proto didn't call a Calamity mob yet. It's just defending itself with Umarmers. But it's placing mounds. This is a new mound here. The Sculk is gaining mass because they are all diseased. All of them. And wait, hold on. There's more infection here. We need to see inside. Hold on. Oh my god, it's literally one block away of being infected. I think it's over for the spore. They can't defend from that. They were not aggressive enough. Like, they had multiple ways to send stuff to the sculk. Like Hindenburg. Hindenburg here would have been devastating. Well, maybe for themselves too. I guess all we can do now is wait for this block to be infected. It's gotta be soon. I'm seeing a block infecting around it. Oh my god, all the bubble is getting infected. I don't know if the spore can do anything at this point. It's over. The spore has lost. And the sculk is now deep within the spore. Oh my god. It is not just... Wow. I was not expecting the whole bubble. I don't know why Spore was sleeping on the job in this video compared to last one. Wow, what a time to spawn. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. This was a very sketch experiment. Of course, infection mods are not meant to play Bedwars. I tried my best, and I hope you enjoyed this infection fest. The Flood had it if it were not that they were so auto-destructive. They were very strong, but against themselves too. Flesh needed some support. I gave it. It was not enough. The Sculk took over and converted its block. And then, well, all of this time, Spore could have done something. They did nothing. It was pretty expected that Sculk would have been the winner of the infection war. I just nerfed it to the ground and they still won it. And they made a nice piece of art in the sky. Look at the size of that thing. Oh, I see phantoms spawning and dying. They were trying. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you want me to try next. And as always, you're awesome. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.